Hi everyone, I'm Trisha.
Hi everyone, I'm Darian.
Welcome to the WealthWorthy podcast. We're excited to have you here at the launch of our first one. Just to give you some background on who we are, I've been working in finance for the last 10 years and earned my MBA over the last two.
I've been working in marketing and IT for the past 7 years. I earned my bachelor's degree in information technology.
Throughout the course of these podcast episodes, we'll be sharing a few lessons learned throughout our time, some of the things that remain challenges for us, and then things that we really hope to learn and grow along with you all. Today, we'll be talking about whether or not you can have it all. This concept refers to tackling all of your wants and needs, including things like having a good relationship with friends and family, thriving in your career, being able to see the world, and then, of course, taking care of yourself. Sometimes I feel like we get stuck in autopilot, and it feels like if you're doing one thing, you're taking away from all of the other things. But we want to really discuss 5 areas that you can tackle today to start creating the balance that you need to have it all. Those 5 areas are savings, lifestyle, independence, confidence, and earnings. For the first one, savings, it's important to maintain control in both the good times and the challenging times. So you want to have enough set aside where you're able to grow your funds. And then you also want to have enough aside where you're able to take care of situations that could be extra stressful for you, right? Like you don't want to be caught in a situation where you don't have the funds and it's already something that's racking your brain. It feels so much better if you have the funds set aside to handle these situations. And the best way to do that is to get into the habit of saving now, because you can't wait until you need the funds in order to start saving. It's already too late at that point. So you really have to practice. I challenge you to save 5% more than what you're saving now. You could set it up as an automatic transfer, and that would be even better. I use that. I set up my direct deposit to go to multiple accounts. So that way I know that there's savings coming out of each paycheck and I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm saving. I think that habit came from growing up as a kid. I hated it at the time, but my mother really used to force me to save all my money. And I was looking for ways not to save anything. So I had this account where you had to be 18 in order to cash against it. But in my summer jobs at the time, I wasn't at that age, one. And then two, they didn't want to, or it was already the rule not to let me cash against it. So I had to go around looking for branches that would let me do it. And I found one, it was working for a little bit, but then they got a teller who started following the rules. I was like, man. So that cut me off from that process. I still was looking for other ways, but in the end, I was able to really look at the fact that I needed to save out of every paycheck. And now in my adulthood, that's helped me a great deal where I'm able to focus on, okay, let me just spend from what I have remaining. And I know what things I'm saving for, like what I value. The best practice is to have at least 6 months of expenses saved, but anything beyond that is still yours, right? So you can be using it to fund different travel experiences that you want, or events that you'd like to attend with your family or friends or whoever. It's just about you putting aside enough to cover all of those expenses. The more control that you can have on your funds now, you'll be able to carry that into your future when you're earning more. So if you're not saving now, it'll be harder for you to commit to saving the amount that you really need to down the line. So you really have to practice at it. Some of the accounts that you can look at that offer some good rates include Ally Bank or credit unions. And then, of course, if you want to go the investment route, you can look at ETFs where you're able to earn some interest on your money.
Credit unions are a great alternative to have along with your regular bank account. They offer better rates. They also have free checking and savings accounts, which are good because you're able to save more money and get a better interest rate on the money that you already have in that account. I was able to purchase my first car and also get my first credit card using a credit union. But some tips for getting a credit union: sometimes it's a little bit harder to get a credit union, but sometimes employers offer it as a service.
Yeah, so I think those are fair points to look into, right? Like if you have access to a credit union, then definitely try to get involved with that. I don't personally have one, but I was able to get free checking and some free savings accounts with different college checking options that were out there. So just being able to build a relationship with a bank if you aren't already established. And then if you are established, you have leverage to shop around and find like what are the best rates out there. You can take advantage of different things that come with having those accounts. All right, so let's talk about lifestyle, number 2. When we talk about lifestyle, it's really about choosing the way that you're going to live based on the items that are most important to you. I really value career, family, happiness, and health. So all of the spending, I want to go towards those areas. I know some people are comfortable living a really frugal life. I wouldn't say that I'm that frugal where I'm not spending anything, but I think that if you're able to lower or eliminate costs in different areas that are lower on your value chain, then that's perfect for you to redirect the funds. I don't care as much about getting my nails done if it means that I can spend that money on going on a trip or trying a new restaurant that I wanted to test out. Just look at ways that you can lower your expenses. But then also, there are things that you can do to figure out how to fund the activities. You can look at whether there are agencies out there that are willing to pay for you to test out a product or test out some new foods, or even become a mystery shopper, right? Like just look for options where the company is willing to put you out there and it's something that you wanted to do anyway. You could also look at event planning. Sometimes they need people at events that you wanted to attend anyway, and it's the perfect opportunity for you to be present and be earning funds. So just look at opportunities like that where you're leveraging a job for something that you really wanted to indulge in. You could also use points from credit cards or rewards programs. If you're going to spend that money and earn rewards on it, then you can be using that towards your lifestyle. Just be wary with the credit cards, of course, that you're not giving away money in terms of high interest rates that they're charging you from each month. But avoid that as much as you can, right? Like I don't pay interest on any of my cards because I'm looking for ways to use it as a reward, not more costs. You could also, if you're brave, look into jobs where entertainment is a huge focus, like sales or consulting. That's a big part of their job, entertaining clients. So it gives you that opportunity to be in the space that you would want to for your lifestyle choices, right? So I think that's a good option if you are willing.
Lifestyle is all about creating the life you want, finding the balance, taking the steps, having the courage, and just finding your niche and doing whatever it takes to accomplish what you want to accomplish. I also feel like it's all in how you spend your time and your money. You just kind of have to speak things into existence.
Yeah, I like that. Speaking things into existence. You definitely want to vocalize the things that you'd like to indulge in. All right, let's talk about our next topic, independence, number 3. So, for independence, we are really talking about it in terms of formulating your own ideas. So, be wary of groupthink. I feel like sometimes we think ideas are our own, especially when it comes to material goods, but you really need to pause and think about whether or not you want this house, car, shoes, whatever, because of status or because someone is marketing something to you. Like, you really have to take a moment and say, like, is it something on my value chain? If it's not, then don't go broke trying to keep up with the fads. You need to make some wise, deliberate decisions with your money. I have been driving my little Corolla forever, and my family has been on me about getting a new car. As I don't know, sometimes I'm just like, I'll get one at some point. But right now, that's not high on my value chain. So I'm not focused on getting something new just to please everyone else. I really want to make sure that my purchases are deliberate. So don't let pride get in the way of you achieving your goals. Just because you have something that everyone else thinks is or isn't a part of the popular belief, like, don't let that be the reason that you have to go and spend on a Bugatti when you really only have hoopty money. Don't do it. All right. So anything you wanted to add there on independence?
I would have to say independence is all about standing out, not fitting in, being true to yourself, and just knowing the decisions that you make, they're going to work out and they're for you. For me, I chose to work in a contractor space instead of working in corporate. Some of the benefits of working in a contractor space is the flexibility, also being able to gain experience, work with multiple clients, and just kind of seeing things in a different viewpoint.
Yeah, I think with contracting, it is good in terms of getting rapid experience with a number of different clients. And then it does get sticky sometimes when you talk about security, right? Like, sometimes it might not be as steady as you would want, and corporate jobs can offer a little bit more stability in that sense. But if you're able to use your crafts in a contracting space, then I think it's a great opportunity for you to have that flexibility. But that is all in, like, what lifestyle are you looking for? All right, well, let's talk about our next topic, confidence, number 4. So confidence really tells people how to treat you. It's the impression that people get when they first talk to you. They are able to pick up on different things. And when you have good confidence, you're able to gain influence. You can gain trust from different people. And then you move forward with decisions pretty quickly. So you need to start emulating behaviors that are associated with confidence. People will do business with you because you know your stuff and because you're unwavering. But once you start flipping the switch and changing your mind, they might also question if they should continue doing business with you. So that confidence piece plays a big role. Before any event or any big decision that you're making, Practice. Like if you need to negotiate something, you really need to practice so that you're able to seem stronger in getting your point across. When I think about sales, like a really good sales pitch comes from a person who understands the customer's needs and they know enough about whatever the product is to highlight the right points. So they close the deal, and that needs to be you. You need to close the deal. And practicing allows you to do that. So just think about even decisions that impact your time. Like sometimes you need to practice saying no to commitments that stray you away from your values. So whoever needs to know, you have to really tell them, like, I have to focus on saving right now, or I have to focus on spending time with my family right now. So I don't have the time, or I can't attend a certain event. Just protect your energy, because you need to put that energy towards the things that matter to you the most.
Confidence is key to everything you do. It's all in how you carry yourself. It makes it easy for people to trust you and work with you.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it also plays into career confidence and then personal confidence, right? Like you need to be confident in your career decisions, but then also confident when it comes to your family and friends. Just doing everything necessary to focus on your values. So that brings us to our last topic, earnings. For earnings, you need to have enough funds to do all these important things, right? So you have to find ways to make sure you can cover these expenses so that you're deserving of more. You really need to figure out how you can make some more money. And a lot of that has to do with putting yourself in situations where you end up being in the right place at the right time. You need to formulate relationships so that those decision makers are able to see in you what you already know about yourself. So cultivate the right relationships. It'll help you level up if you're circling yourself with people who are already at the next level. So learn from them, do the work, and then the opportunities will seem like they're a little bit more effortless. But doing the work is a big piece of it. You really have to take actions that yield to some kind of results. Even if it ends in failure, you need to be able to do something so that you can learn from that and come back better and bigger, right? So just take those opportunities to make sure that you're learning, growing, and circling yourselves with the right people. Another big area when it comes to earnings is just having multiple streams of income. You don't want to spend too much time on someone else's dream and then you're limiting your own opportunity to make money in another capacity. So choose how you spend your time. Spend time setting up your future so that whatever you choose to do, you're able to earn income on whatever it is, right? Like just open an account that earns you interest. Begin investing so that you can continue earning money. Purchase assets that appreciate. Even accept jobs that offer you that uncapped income. Consider a brilliant idea that someone else has, or even start in a venture of your own. Just investing your time in things that you think will be lucrative for your skill set. If you're focused too much on earning a specific wage, then you need to think bigger. Really think about how to make your earnings potential be uncapped. So the 5 things we've discussed were things that you really need to put focus in so that you can have that balance necessary. For next time, if you're able to increase your savings, think through some additional income sources, and then really define what your values are so that you can keep that at the forefront of your decision making. So don't just think about them, write them down. You need to be having it all accessible so that you know this is my focus and this is how I'm going to spend my time and money. All right. Thank you for making it through this podcast with us, and we look forward to talking to you next time.